and welcome to Small Biz Spotlight 210. Thank you so much for joining me again for another episode. If you're new to me, what I'm trying to do with this channel is exactly what the title says, is to put a spotlight on some small businesses here in San Antonio and hopefully in the future in the surrounding areas. So please stay tuned to the end of the video because I do have some really good information to share with all of y'all. So today, I am here with Laura Garcia. That's my next guest. Sorry.
It's an L, it's okay.
Laura Garcia, and with Laura Loves Travel.
Laura Loves Travel Company.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. So you need to really get your cup of coffee, sit down, and take some notes because we all would love to travel, but there's a lot of little details that sometimes it gets a bit kind of confusing, and that's why we have you now to go to. So that's great. Okay, so Laura, go ahead and give us our full introduction, name, family, all that.
Okay, so my name's Laura Garcia. I'm born in Houston and raised in San Antonio, Texas. Graduated from South San High School, and I have 2 kids. They're both in college. Actually, my daughter's 23 and she's going to graduate from graduate school, and my son is a junior, both at Texas A&M University in College Station.
Wow, smarty pants.
Yes, I know.
Very proud.
Yes, exactly. So a little bit about myself, because they're in universities. I never went to university. I went to a trade school in my high school, which was South San. It was a career education for cosmetology. So I graduated with my license at 17 years old, walked the stage with that.
Wow.
For cosmetology. And then, super proud of my journey in cosmetology because it's already going on 28 years. I just completed being a hairstylist and in June. So a week after I graduated high school, I went ahead and started working at the mall. McCreeless Mall for the first year, and then I transferred over to South Park Mall for another 4 years, and then I opened my business. So at 21, I was a business owner, salon business owner.
Wow. Yeah. At 21?
At 21, and so I had that salon for about 10 years. I also had, my ex-mother-in-law, right, because that's my kid's grandma. She was an entrepreneur. She owned a furniture store, so she kind of showed me the ropes.
Oh, that's good.
And she kind of guided me through, like, her CPA, and, I had already clients that followed me from the mall, and my God-given talent, it was easy for me to, get more clients, and just, my personality just kind of was very welcoming, and it was easy to just have the clients come in and stay with me.
That's good.
And so I'm very appreciative. I still have a few, well, actually not a few, but quite a few clients that are still with me today.
That's good. Yeah. And that goes to show you guys that if you have loyal customers, that means the world.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, at least 20-year clients.
Wow.
10 year, 15 years, all the way to still I get referrals, But a little bit about that, I don't promote my salon anymore because I'm already established. I already have a following. I just stay strictly to my clientele. I do get referrals from their best friends, like if it's their best friend or their family, someone they trust, that kind of deal. But other than that, that's where I'm at right now with the salon work. But a little bit more about my journey. At 17 years behind the chair, I decided to go into instructing. So I was an instructor for about 3.5 years there at Ogle Beauty College. And so I was trained there, and I got hired there. The director fell in love with me, and so she was like, "You want a job?" And I was molded, into their policies and everything like that. So I already knew it. And so I went ahead and did it, but I miss doing hair. I met a lot of great students along the way. I was a phase 1 instructor, so I was able to teach them from just how to cut a straight line, or how to even just hold the scissors and the comb at the same time and do that whole juggle.
Wow.
So
you're like a person of so many hats.
Yes.
So many hats. Like you said, you were cosmetology, massage therapist.
Okay, so I'll get into that next.
And then the master hair designer. Okay, so tell us about that one.
So my journey. Okay, so right after I had gone through my cosmetology, instructing at the cosmetology school, I went ahead and went back to doing hair, and I booth rented downtown in Southtown area by Gunther and Alamo. There was a 1010 building with a full service spa. And so I was there doing hair, booth renting for about 6 years before COVID hit. Well, during those 6 years, I was traveling. I was doing my own little road trips. I was hiking. I was bike riding. My kids, they were back and forth with their dad. So I had that time away. They were growing up, so I was able to take some trips. And so I fell in love with road tripping. So adventure planning, and I would take groups out, and that was during my time of hairstyling and booth renting. So I was like, you know what? I was talking to this person that I had known at the time, and we were wanting to try out opening a business and in adventure planning. It didn't. That friendship kind of fell out, right? It was an ex, right? I'll just put it out there. It was an ex. But, the idea of wanting to be out and take people and have a great time, massage kind of came into play because I was like, I want to travel and live out in, off grid, and I want to be in the mountains, by the rivers. I'm an earth brat. Yeah. That's my hashtag, earth brat. Because I just love being outside, like camping and just kind of taking it all in. I do a lot of grounding. And so I went to massage school. So that was in 2019. I graduated from there in October 2019, and then I was supposed to take my test, and then COVID hit. And so COVID hit, shut down, everything shut down. Yeah. And so did all the salons, all the bars, everything just shut down. Like we all know, we just went through the pandemic. But during that time, I was like, oh my God, I was still trying to keep the knowledge in my head and, terminology and all of this stuff for massage. Like when COVID, lifted, I can go take my test. But by the time that happened, it lifted, I had to get back to work and start making money to pay my bills because I was running behind. Yeah. So I went back to hairstyling. Well, long story short, I lost my knowledge for taking my test. My exam, and that exam is not it's not cheap. It's $250.
Wow.
And if you don't pass it, you got to pay another $250. So I was just so intimidated. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll pick it up after a while. Let me just continue and catch up with everything. And my mobile styling lifted. People were not wanting to come out as much or be around too many people, so my mobile styling for special needs kids and the elderly
that's
with
wonderful.
Yes, special needs kids and disabled elderly. So that started, I started getting more clients in that area, and so I still do it as of today. I salon, mobile styling, and then also now travel.
Well, that's a lot to learn. That's a lot to learn. So ultimately it was your road tripping and everything that led you to the travel agency, right?
Yes. Okay, so what led me to my website now that I work off in Vacation Building was my daughter was going to graduate. Well, she did graduate from college, and we were going to go to Hawaii. And so we had a death in the family. We couldn't go to Hawaii.
Oh, sorry.
So that kind of postponed. But during that time, after a few months going through our grieving, the lady I had reached out to was a travel agent to book my trip. So she finally followed up with me, and she said, hey, do you want to, book your trip? And, it's time, whichever, right? And I was like, you know what? I don't know. Let me think about it a little bit more. I need to save money. I'm still trying to get back on my feet and stuff. And so she's like, well, why don't you, you know, think about becoming a travel agent? You can kind of work off of your own website and, you know, book your own travel and make commission as a side hustle. So I went ahead, and it took me about 3 months. I was contemplating on that. I didn't know. I mean, it's network marketing, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to, like, you know. But the idea of traveling on my own website was something that I really was wanting to try. So January of 2023 came around, and I just I saw her Facebook. I followed her. Her name, you know, is Delisha Phillips. That's my director. And so she was like posting everyone becoming a travel agent, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, I want to jump on that wagon. So I went ahead and I signed up. So I signed up, I did my training, I did my first booking on a cruise. The first, like 2 weeks after I signed up, I booked someone's cruise, and that was a proud moment. And then I continued my training with Disney. I did the Dream Maker trip to Colorado. That's like meeting all of the suppliers for like 15 minutes. There's at least a good 15 suppliers that go out there for the Dream Maker certification, get all their information, and then certified. So then I took the training.
You have to get like certified. You were certified and everything.
You don't have to, but it's optional. But it really does look good for yourself as far as like knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Right? So the more you know about the destinations, the better it is for you to book it, even if you haven't been there. Because I do want to travel the world. I haven't yet. The only place I've been to so far internationally was Costa Rica. You know?
Ooh, nice.
And that was probably like, you know, 13 years ago now. But
so that brings to my next question. Are your bookings, is that just here in the U.S. or is that international as well?
Well, it's everywhere actually. So I can book domestic trips, which as a travel agent, it's best for us to do packages. I don't just book flights, because flights is always, you know, fluctuates in prices and stuff. So I book packages domestically and internationally. And I'm trying to gear more towards like all-inclusive packages, so that way the client doesn't have to worry about spending more than they already did. But it really is up to the client, right? Like whatever hotel that they want, because they'll look it up themselves. I want to stay here. Can you book it here? And then they'll reach out to me, and I'll redo my research and compare prices and whatnot. And, you know, usually I can beat the price by a few dollars. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So it's not much, but still, it's also helping me, you know, as an agent to make sure that it's like concierge, right? So make sure that they're on the plane and they get there safely, and then I stay in contact with them throughout their trip, like 2 times, you know, make sure that their hotel's nice, they've got it, they're comfortable, and then after their trip I follow up, so just to make sure that everything went well, and if they can give me a review. So yeah, so domestic and international trips.
International. So then you can customize it to what they want, whether it's a hotel or a bed and breakfast, if they want to include tour guides.
Okay, so yes, there's a supplier that does tour guides. It's called Go Away Supplier, and I can reach out to them. It's like an agent for an agent, and just let them know, hey, my client wants to go to, you know, Japan, and, you know, and they can like create the itinerary for me, and it's a tour guide already included, and so I just they email me the quote, and I just email it to my client. It's that simple. And then and then
so when you have your connections already.
Yeah, as an agent, yeah, we have our connections. The suppliers work directly with our website, so it's easy for us just to pick up the phone, call them. They're eager to help us as agents because they want the business and they want us to succeed in our business. So yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Researching travel is like amazing. Like it's like playtime, you know? And it gets tedious though in some areas, just because you want to make sure everything is falling into place, and you make an itinerary for them. You read all the fine print. I mean, I learned the hard way in some areas.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't a big fan. I'm just gonna say Las Vegas, you know, has all the resort fees and all the security deposits, and like I'm like, Vegas is beautiful, but I'm like, because of that, I'm like, first time I went to Vegas back, you know, it was well, I've been to Vegas when I was 21 because that's where I got married, right? But then fast forward, last year I went to Vegas and I did a group trip, and those little fine prints. I'm like, we get there and I'm like, oh my God, 2 rooms. I had to pay like 2 resort fees and 2 security deposits, and I was like, what the heck? You know what I mean? You learn the hard way, right?
Right.
And so now I know. I'm like, okay, no, we're gonna just go in one room. We're gonna just have a slumber party.
That's why I would love to travel. That's on my bucket list, people.
Yes.
And like everybody else's bucket list. But that fine print is what always like, maybe not.
And it's highlighted in red on your itinerary. And it's those things that you just don't want to read because it's like a long paragraph.
So,
but
now we have you to read it for us.
Exactly.
Yes.
And yes, not every hotel has those resort fees. So you still have to look for it. And
so what is, since you've been starting to do this, what is the most popular place so far?
Oh my God, everybody wants to go to Mexico, Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel. Those are the most popular because they're lower priced and they're all inclusive. It's Mexico, if I can find something that's like at least $900 for like three nights, 3 to 4 night stay, that's gonna include your flight and your hotel all inclusive. That's like a great deal. You know what I mean? Between $700 and $900. Let's just put it that way, per person. But that's the most popular. I've also gotten the Dominican Republic also, which is also a good one. So like again, I've been doing travel for like the past year on the website, and try to get my research in there. I'm still learning and still wanting to grow. I have a lot of goals. You mentioned something about bed and breakfast. I like to stay in Airbnbs personally, right? I'm not a big hotel person, but I do want to get more experience in the hotels. So that goes with my adventure planning because a lot of bed and breakfasts and Airbnbs don't pay travel agents. You know what I mean? So let's say my Laura Love Travel Company is a DBA, and it's going to become an LLC. So that's my adventure planning.
Okay.
That's where people pay me to create an itinerary, and it can include a bed and breakfast, an adventure, the party bus, or if you want to just drive on your own or fly on your own. And then, but all of that itinerary, at least I have my business name. I'm my own entity away from the vacation building website. Right. So I can do those things also.
And this is, you do cruises as well?
I'm, right now I'm certified with Carnival, and then I'm going to get certified with Royal Caribbean, and then I do want to get certified with Virgin Voyages. Those top 3.
Nice. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So I have a lot of training to do. And because
I got a lot of saving to do.
And also because I've also been part of Women Unlimited, I mean, Women Unlimited has grown so much that my time has, have been dedicated to helping Miss Brenda Ans, our founder, to help Women Unlimited grow. And when it grows, we grow, right? Exactly. So a lot of my time has gone to that for now, but now my year is coming to be on the committee, and that it's time to start pushing my travel a little bit more. Right. And so yeah, I'm excited for 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. So one question I do have, because I get bombarded so much. Okay, everybody's talking about credit cards and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Do those credit cards that offer, what do they call it?
The reward points?
Right.
Yes.
The miles.
Yes.
And all that.
Oh my God,
Is it really beneficial to have
Yes,
one?
it is.
Is it really?
Yes.
It helps.
It helps a lot. I mean, I am still trying to get those points accumulated. Okay. My daughter uses her credit card to get free flights also. I have clients that, have the Disney Chase card, and she uses it all year, pays her bills, pays groceries, whatever, and then she goes on a Disney trip, and that pays whatever points she accumulates, pays for her food. So, you know what I mean? So it really does help a lot. And
Now
then
I'm thinking of switching.
yes. So my rewards points credit card is coming from Chase.
Chase, so that's the best one. Mark that down.
That's what I've heard from most travelers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Chase has some really good reward points. I mean, you can get
right, because there's a lot out there, and I've heard from a lot of people that are like, oh, don't get it because you have the rewards, but then you can only use it on this or on that, or there's blackout days.
True. I mean, it's okay to have 3 or 4 different credit cards, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure you're good with your budgeting and you get rewards and it goes to this area and then this one's for flights and then this one's for Disney and then this one's, you know what I mean? So you get to pick and choose which one you're going to use. One credit card is not enough for this time in this
economy.
Yeah, this day and era.
Yes. So, okay. That's good to know. I'm glad I asked you that. So, what should a potential client already have before coming to you besides their miles rewards?
Well, just information. I always ask for their how many people are traveling, what's the date that you would like to travel. Give me at least 2 different option dates, and then your email address, and I need the ages of the kids.
If any kids are going.
Yes, if any kids are going, because when I'm looking up flights, it has a drop down how many kids and what are their ages.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And whether you want this like a family trip or do you want it a couples thing?
Whatever it is. Actually, I'm trying to gear more towards group travel. As an agent, it's better it pays out more because you're accommodating a larger group of 5 or more. That's my goal, is to be into more group travel, like organizations, companies, networking events, conferences, that kind of deal on cruise ships and stuff. So, but I can book for a solo trip or couples trip or destination wedding. It's also another group travel. So, nice. So I'm researching all of that as far as like itineraries and I'm going to put together like a folder. I have an office that I just moved in last week here at the urban offices. And so I'm going to have like a book where you can open up and you have all your itineraries that I've laid out for you. So that way you don't have to wait for me to try to like research it in front of you on the on the you know what I'm saying?
Right,
on the website. So I can have clients come in and visit me and just talk travel and whether they're ready or not, at least they got information, and they know pretty much I guess a price range, what they're looking at for the next experience.
So, if for international, for sure, they would have to have their passport.
Yes. So yeah, for sure their passport. There's visas. Depending how long they're going to be staying over there in the other country. Usually they don't need a visa unless they're studying abroad or they're going to live there, or they're going to work there for a little bit longer. But you don't really need a visa just to go for like 3 or 4 days, Then there's the, of course, the TSA pre-check, if you have that already.
What is that?
Well, TSA is going to just let you go through the line a lot faster because you've already done the pre-check over. You send all your documents through the website, their online website, and then when you get there to get through the security line, you don't have to go through the long line. You can just go directly to the TSA pre-check already, and then you can get to your flight faster.
What are the usual documents you have to?
Well, okay, so I'm still needing to register. I haven't gotten it, but I've researched it. And yeah, you need your driver's license, you need your birth certificate, you need everything that you need basically for your passport. Those same documents, you need them for your TSA.
Wow.
I know. It's a process.
That's a big process. Yeah. So what is the biggest mistake that people make when they're traveling?
Well, I could not really speak for other people, but I do know that in preparation for travel, like it's very important. Even if you're going to a travel agent, do the research on your own as well,
Mm-hmm.
because as far as like what you're gonna wear,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so
It's hot here in Texas all the time,
Yeah.
but if you're going up north, you need to know what to take.
Yeah, or you're going to another country, like they might not, let you wear sandals, or you have to wear tennies through the whole trip, or it's a lot of walking, or you know what I mean. So you have to wear the right shoes, the right, layer your clothes if you have to. The sun is different in different parts of the world, the weather, like it's just all of that. The food, like make sure that you're you've got your allergies, what your allergies are.
Yeah. Take
And
something
then
for tummy problems.
Yeah, so stuff like that. As a travel agent, though, I mean, I can't do that research for you. Then I would have to get more information from you, like, do you have any allergies? These are the restaurants that are here. If you're going to eat local, make sure you stay in this one. That's an extensive research. But if they already know, then it's best that they kind of like get that information beforehand, because that would be the biggest mistake, is to go out there and just eat, and then you get this allergic reaction. And
right. And it so like I've been to Spain, and the food is very different there. The language is different, so I'm Mexican.
Beautiful.
I speak Tex-Mex here, not even just if I go to Mexico, it's all different. It's all, Mexico is different from Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Mexican.
It's just Spanglish here.
Right. So then, how good would you say do you need to know the language?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well that's good you bring it up, because I'm gonna just say my daughter's going to Japan in January, and so what her preparation is to like do the Google Translate, and so she's learning how to ask questions, just very very like minor questions. Where's the bathroom? Or I need help, or good morning, good night, kind of deal. Thank you, you're welcome, and Japanese, So she's talking to me about it, and I'm just impressed. I'm like, wow, like that's pretty good. Like anywhere you go in a country, it's best to just try to know your language, little sentences,
right.
Emergency sentences, just
and
to get around.
The money.
And the money's got to be transferred. Of course, you got to do the. Again, my daughter went to Europe. You see, and I'm bringing up my daughter because she went to Europe and Germany with the school that she was with, and so that was a learning experience for both of us to get $500 and convert it into euros, and learn the dollar and how much amount of the dollar was over there. And then now doing the same thing for Japan and the same thing for Germany. So yeah, it is definitely something to.
So you, for sure, you would
give that information.
Yeah,
it's on the website.
It's on the website. Okay. And then just like really do your research on that too.
Yes, because you got to know what you're going to spend out there and how much to take. Because I mean, I can give you that info. Like, yeah, $500 is going to give you a lot of money in Japan, or Europe. You're not gonna, especially if you're not a big spender, you're just gonna use it on food or whatnot.
So, what would be your biggest advice to give somebody that wants to travel?
My biggest advice: pack light. You don't have to be packing. I mean, if anything, not their whole freaking wardrobe, right? like just take some comfortable shoes and slippers. Layer some light clothes, and you can wash over there. A lot of hotels have. Your laundromat, your washer dryer kind of deal, or the smaller hotels.
That's good, because now it's like every suitcase they charge you, right?
Yes, and they charge for weight. They charge how much that suitcase weigh and what you're taking in there, and make sure you take all your medication in there too. That's another thing. Know the cost. Also take some like extra bags and pack them into your suitcase, so in case you come back with souvenirs, you have that extra bag. So you definitely have to know yourself as a traveler, and if it's your first time, then I would say pack light, take an extra bag, and just do your research on the area that you're going to be traveling in. And because I can only give you so much, but only if the traveler will know, like, oh well, I want to try this and that, but yeah.
So would you say it would be better to do the TSA thing? Like, what is
I think
better
so.
for?
I think so. I'm gonna get through with mine soon because I need to renew my passport. It expired last year, and so I need to just do that.
I don't even have one.
I know. I'm excited for it, but that's gonna be my goal for 2025 is get my TSA pre-check and then my passport, and then I'll have my card with the rewards.
Right.
Like I'm really preparing to start traveling a lot more now that my term with the committee is going to come up. I'm going to have a little bit more leisure time to work my business and be still around Women Unlimited. But yeah, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so the TSA forms for if you're going to travel versus going to the airport and going through all that mess.
Oh, the security, yes.
Yeah.
TSA, because let's say you're running late. Let's say you're traveling and you get an Uber and your Uber is stuck in traffic and they're running you late. You know, that's happened to me one time, and I had to go through the security check still instead of just going straight to pre-check, you know. And I could have gotten to my terminal a lot faster, but instead I went through all that mess and ran down the terminal without my shoes because I didn't have time to put my shoes back on.
Well, they take you to take off your shoes,
Yes,
I heard.
I know, they do. And so I got to my plane in time, but yeah, definitely want to get to the TSA pre-check a lot faster. I feel like that's like a must.
How far in advance should you be going to the airport?
At least
how many
2 hours.
2 hours before.
Some people like to go 3 hours, but I think 2 hours. Now that when we had the terrorist attack and stuff, it was like 3 hours before because they were like very, very like detailed on what you're taking, and then all these little 2-ounce bottles you had to have, right? But now, I believe I read last month that it's not going to be as
Strict.
critical. Yeah, so you can get there in the 2-hour span and get through the line quicker. Like the scan that your luggage goes through is so much more like high tech,
Right.
They can see exactly what you've got in there and go through the line quicker.
Oh, okay. Now, like, I've never been on a cruise or anything. Do you have to go through all of that too?
No.
When you go on a cruise? No.
So I mean, to be honest, I haven't gone on a cruise yet either. My first cruise will be in 25.
Okay.
But I have taken the classes online and certified with Carnival, and so yes, I do know quite a bit, and I just booked a couple of cruises already. But you do not have to go through a scan or
No, they don't check your luggage and all that.
No, they don't. But at the same time, like, you want to get there in time also. So the best way is to get to the cruise on time and not run late is to spend the night before in the area, whether it's Galveston or Florida or Seattle, at the ports. Spend the night before so that the next morning you're fresh, you're ready to go, and
in case you forgot something.
Yeah.
You're there. All right. So your goals for the future, like you said, was to
travel more.
Yeah.
Travel
Me
more.
too.
And also group travel, make my itineraries ready to go. So I have a lot more goals that are still a little, I'm going to say hush hush because I don't want to, bring out too much information. It's my own personal goals, but, as a travel agent, I'm excited.
Well, I love that your title, Laura Loves Travel.
Laura Love Travel Company. So people forget to put company behind it. But
I did too.
It's okay. So it's Laura Love, because that's my name, Laura Love, and then Travel Company. So I have other businesses that are going towards the company part. Like I do travel bling, right? So I have jewelry that you can use on the travels. And then I have also, I'm working on my logo to have merchandise. So that's also part of my company, so that I want it to grow as well in 2025. So yeah, those 3 things.
Nice. So how and where can we find you? if we want to start traveling?
Well, my cell phone number is 210-952-8818. And you can text me through there. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram under my handle is Laura Love Travel Company. And message me through there. Or you can get my email address is travelout88@yahoo.com.
Okay, I'll write all that down. Don't worry, guys. I'll try and put it right here on the screen. Hopefully it comes out. If not, just go ahead and go down to the description box. I'll have all your information, how to get a hold of her. If y'all want to start to travel, New Year's is coming up.
Yes, all the
Resolution.
travel promotions are going to be coming out for the new year. It's going to be time to start booking November, December for the 2025. Even in January is going to have a lot of promotions. But even something locally, if you wanted something local, like just around town, like here in San Antonio, you want to do something for your family, you can't, a staycation, the resorts that are here in town, like bringing business to San Antonio really helps our economy. And so, like I said, I have affiliation with the party bus. And so if you want to, get together, whether it's a bachelorette party or maybe it's a birthday party or you want to do a winery or you want to do any type of party, I am party. I love having fun, and I will get you to the destination safely and back, and we can do excursions. I love to do like zip lining events, kayaking, and skydiving, like those types of deals. Like I love all of that adventures. Hit me up again, 210-952-8818.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. I've learned a lot.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
And I wish you the best of luck with all of this spotlight.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys, so that's another episode. Wonderful. If you want to start traveling, look up Laura. I'll have her all her information in the description box, like I said. So, all right. Thank you for staying to the end of this video. Thank you. So I do offer all of this free to all these small businesses, side hustles, vendors, artists. All of this is free. But if you would like to help me out with this little work that I'm doing, please can you go up there, hit the like and subscribe button. That really, really is going to help me out to continue to do this, which I really love to do. And San Antonio has so much to offer. I can't get it all in one season. We're going to keep doing this. I want to keep doing this. So if you would please just like and subscribe, put the little bell so you can get notified. All right, so y'all have a great Thursday, a great weekend. Now you know what to do this weekend is to find Laura on Facebook. And next episode, we're going to have Linda Medina with Creating Quantum Solutions, because it's that time of year to start thinking taxes.
She is my credit repair person.
Really?
And she's going to be my tax lady.
Yes. So, yeah, we got to do it, guys. We don't want to, but we got to do it.
Having someone that knows what they're doing definitely is going to get you to that.
Exactly.
Smoothly.
So, yeah, definitely. All right, stress-free. That's what we want. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay!